Is Herm Edwards there? He is, the ESPN football analyst and, of course, former defensive back. We were just wondering this, Herm. You gave us the famous slogan, "You play to win the game." Did you copyright that?
Have not. So it's open for use.
Okay. You can do T-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been told that. I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I haven't done it yet. So,
if I gave you the Lions or the field today in the NFC, who are you taking?
Well, the way they played last night, especially the second half, I mean, this was a game that when you watch it, the first half was a regular NFL game, 7-21, okay, it's kind of all right. And then the second half, it was 23-28. And I'm going, that's like a whole NFL game in one half. I mean, the yardage was unbelievable. And Jared Goff, I mean, as good as he was, he only threw it like 18 times.
Yeah.
He didn't throw it a lot, Explosive offense with those two running backs. He really played good, and they played good in that dome as well. But I kind of like the Lions, but you know what I'm kind of leaning on? I hate to say this. I'm falling into the trap with the Minnesota Vikings right now.
No.
Sam Darnold. I'm falling into the trap.
Okay.
I keep saying I don't want to do it. I don't trust him, and then he keeps proving me wrong. So they're pretty good right now, the Vikings.
That's September football we're talking about, Herm.
Yeah, I know. Only in September. I know. You have me back like at the end of November, and I might take those my words back.
It feels like there's always one or two or three teams that surprise us each year. I thought at the beginning of the year the Falcons and the Commanders were going to be the surprise teams, at least two of them. Right. You coached Jaden Daniels at Arizona State. I guess you're not surprised. What's your reaction to what you've seen through the first month?
It reminded me when I had him there. I talk to him every week, even now. When he left, and obviously, through the NLI and all that stuff with the LSU, I would talk to him every week and still do. Not surprising at all. The game is never too big for him. And, and I told you this before, he reminds me a lot of Randall Cunningham. And I told him that when he's playing for me. He's about the same height, same size, can throw the long ball very well. And now the more he plays, obviously the speed of the game is all of a sudden slowing down for him some. But he's got this team with, he's giving them hope all of a sudden. Washington, if you'd have told me at the end of 4 weeks that the Washington Commanders are in first place in the NFC East, I would go, no, really? With a rookie quarterback?
Does it concern you, or how much does the running with Jaden concern you?
Well, that's always been a concern because he's not the biggest guy, but he's become a smarter runner. And that was kind of the conversation I would have with him all the time. And I said, look, you got to know when the journey's over. And I said, you got to learn how to slide because he hated slides. He didn't want to slide. And I told him that for last week, the week before, he didn't slide. So I get on him. I said, man, start sliding. I said, it's the NFL, man. They're going to hit you. I said, you got to be available every play.
Yeah, I see RG3 situation here where you have that speed, and RG3 didn't slide. He was taking on defenders, and I always say, on the show, live to see another play. You don't have to be a hero at that position. It's like Tua got injured. He didn't need to be in that situation.
No, that was just silly. It was almost his injury was one of those. He was trying to be tough. You don't have to be tough. Just finish the game. Yeah. That's your job. Quarterback, you start the game, finish the game.
I respect tough, but I don't want my quarterback to have to prove he's tough. I need smart. There's nothing wrong with sliding, fetal position, all of those. Peyton Manning. You want to follow Peyton's script? Just fall in a fetal position. You don't have to go after the guy who picks you off.
No, and that's what they pay you for. They pay you to start the game and finish the game. And when you don't finish games, that's a bad omen for your football team.
He's Herm Edwards, ESPN football analyst. The Dolphins situation, not having a legitimate backup quarterback. I've been railing on the Dolphins. I wouldn't have signed Tua. Said that prior to it. But if I do sign him, I have to have a backup who knows the system, can run the system, and not bringing in somebody off somebody else's practice squad. How did the Dolphins salvage this?
Well, I thought even last night, I said, they might be okay. Huntley, he's played some, and they have all these weapons. No explosive plays in this offense anymore.
Yeah.
I said, where are the plays? I mean, they still have the skilled talent. He got on the ball, but I think people are defending him a little bit different now. They're defending him in the way where we'll let you throw it east and west, but you're not going to hit the seams going north and south on our defenses anymore. And that's where all the explosive plays came from. And now all of a sudden, you don't see plays over 20 yards with these guys.
Yeah, but I can get the ball to Tyreek Hill off the line of scrimmage and then let him do his magic, him and Jaden. They're not even getting him the ball. And that's...
Well, yeah, it's true, but I think because the way they're trying to throw him the ball before, this team was quick hitting. They attacked the middle of the field. Their passing game was inside the numbers.
Yeah.
They were smart because you know who they're attacking? The linebackers and strong safeties. They didn't attack the corners a whole lot unless they went vertical. Everything else was 5-yard passes across the middle of the field. Well, who's in there? It's the big guys. It's the linebackers and strong safeties. And now all of a sudden what people have done, they're stacking the box on them where they can't get those seams, and they're throwing the ball outside, and they're not getting the yards that they had before in the past.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. The Eagles situation is weird.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Boy,
what?
Don't even start there.
What do you make of this, though?
The hangover they had last year, it hadn't gone away. It's the same team. Dan, it's the same team.
Yeah.
Look, this was a team 2 years ago. They had 70 sacks. They got 5 right now. They got a young secondary that's not very good. They're vulnerable. Their offense, basically, the first 2 weeks was Saquon Barkley, and I thought, well, maybe they got a chance. His receivers get hurt. Hurst in the last 2 years has turned the ball over 27 times. I mean, there's no rhythm to this offense, and defensively, they're one of the poorest in the league right now.
The Jaguars situation, that probably not going to end well, but it's like they haven't improved the last couple of years, Herm.
It's head-scratching with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, this kid is a talented guy. Doug Peterson's a good football coach. And when I watched him at the press conference, and he says, "We got to fix it," it was almost like he was saying, "I don't know how to fix this." He was almost saying, "I don't know how to fix this. It's bad." I mean, this was a team 2 years ago. Everyone was saying, "Well, they're going to win the South," and the Texans with a rookie quarterback and a first-year head coach, they win it, and they're going to turn around and win it again. The Jaguars are just playing. They're a bad football team right now.
Yeah. He's Herm Edwards, ESPN football analyst. He played to win the game. Great to talk to you again, Herm. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. He played to win the game. Didn't trademark it. It sounds like it's ours.